Hello, today I'll be explaining how perceptual mapping helps visualize consumer perceptions and enables companies to position their products more effectively. Have you ever noticed how we automatically think of certain brands as premium and others as affordable, even if they sell similar things? That difference exists because how we perceive brands and marketers study those perceptions using a technique called perceptual mapping. So, what is exactly perceptual mapping? Perceptual mapping is a visual technique used in marketing to show how consumers see or perceive different brands or products in relation to one another. It usually looks like a graph with two axes, for example, price on one side and quality on the other. Each brand is plotted based on how customers perceive it. The purpose is simple: to understand where your brand stands in the minds of customers and how it compares with the competitors. For instance, if we map car brands, Mercedes Benz might appear in the high price, high luxury zone, while Tata Motors may be seen as affordable and reliable. This visual instantly tells marketers how people mentally position these brands. So, perceptual maps are powerful because they convert subjective opinions into an objective visual format. Each axis represents an attribute that matters to consumers, like taste, quality, innovation, or design. By plotting multiple brands on the same map, marketers can easily see which brands are close competitors and which stand apart. The data for these maps often comes from surveys or customer feedback, where people rate brands on different attributes. Statistical tools like factor analysis or multi-dimensional scaling are then used to simplify the data into a two-dimensional visual. Perceptual mapping plays a crucial role in product positioning. By studying the map, marketers can identify where the brand currently stands, understand who their direct competitors are, find market gaps, areas with few or no brands which represent new opportunities. For example, in the smartphone industry, Apple is often seen as high price and high quality, while Xiaomi is low price and value for money. When OnePlus entered the market, it noticed a gap between these two, offering premium quality at a mid-range price. That strategic positioning helped it gain massive popularity. Perceptual maps offer several advantages. They simplify complex data in a easy visual. They help marketers make informed strategic decisions. They make communication about the brand positioning clear and visual. However, they also have several limitations. Most maps are only two-dimensional, which oversimplify reality. And since they're based on perceptions, not actual performance, they sometimes can be subjective.
Now let's take a real-world example to see how perceptual mapping works in action. The age-old rivalry between Pepsi and Coca-Cola. For decades, both brands have dominated the soft drink market. But what's fascinating is how each positioned itself differently in consumers' minds using the insights gained from perceptual mapping. When Coca-Cola was launched, it was seen as a symbol of heritage, nostalgia, and authenticity. Its marketing focused on emotional connection, the idea of sharing happiness and timeless memories. Pepsi, on the other hand, wanted to break away from that traditional image. Through perceptual mapping studies, Pepsi discovered that young consumers associated Coke with being classic, but slightly old-fashioned. This insight revealed a gap. There was space for a brand that felt modern, bold, and youth-driven. Using this data, Pepsi repositioned itself. It moved away from competing directly on tradition and instead leaned into energy, youthfulness, and pop culture. Campaigns like "The Choice of a New Generation" and "Live for Now" clearly reflected this shift. On a perceptual map, Coca-Cola would appear high on the emotional connection axis, representing warmth and nostalgia, while Pepsi would appear high on the modernity axis, symbolizing trendiness and excitement. This repositioning helped Pepsi stay relevant, especially among younger audiences, proving how perceptual mapping doesn't just visualize brand perceptions, but also guides powerful marketing strategies.
To sum up, perceptual mapping helps marketers see through the eyes of consumers, understanding how they view brands and where opportunities lie. By visualizing these perceptions, companies can effectively position or even reposition their products for better match customer expectations. Thank you.